2019 GSL versus the world.
We return back to the GSL versus the world. Cyril is up with a 3-1 lead. If Cyril wins here, it's over. A Laser has to come back with a 3-win victory against the former GSL versus the world champion.
It's a tall order.
Yep. That's one of the hardest things you could ever have to do, ever.
I think it would be the hardest thing, right?
Yeah,
Can you think of something harder?
I don't think there is anything harder than that.
No, yeah, right? Like, I mean,
what about becoming president? There's been lots of presidents.
Yeah, there's only been one Cyril.
There's only been one Cyril.
Becoming president doesn't look like it's that hard, to be honest. I'm pretty sure I could be president.
What is a Laser going to do? I mean, a Laser looks so good in that macro game. I mean, really. I know that Cyril's crushing it right now, but really he was playing so well.
Game, man.
And that was such a technical game. Does a Laser try to dial it back and go into rush games instead of intense macro map fights? I don't know. No. I don't know, guys. I'm supposed to know. I'm supposed to be the guy that's going to tell you guys what's going to happen, but I don't know what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, it's a hard one, man. Cyber Forest, it's a smaller map. Maybe he can turn up that aggression.
All right, let's do it. Game 5 starts now on Cyber Forest. Let's go.
3, 2, 1.
In the bottom right, in the blue, he needs the comeback from Poland. He is
Ego Esports, E-Laser.
In the upper left, in the red, he is
ENCE Esports
from Finland.
Cyril.
12 pool time. All right. So, either A, he's trying to throw a Laser off, and a Laser wouldn't expect this.
Yeah.
B, he just wants to be right about his 4-2 prediction. No, seriously, Dark has mentioned that this is a strong build, but a lot of the times at this level when we see it, it doesn't work. Is Cyril going to be able to break through?
So we have the spawning pool on the way, and there is no pool in sight. None. Nothing, not a zip, zero, zilch. Okay, there we go. It started, but there's already 6 slings on the way, Artosis.
Yeah, this is going to be hard to hold. Let's see. I want to see if he does anything crazy with it. Okay, he just makes a hatch.
Yeah, and when you have a 3-1 lead in a best of 7, of course you can try to get experimental, try to take some risks. It is so difficult to come back in a best of 7 if you're down in a position like this. We basically almost never see it. So now a Laser knows these lings are coming. Let's see the decision-making he has to handle it.
Sometimes a player will get 3-0'd. In fact, every player on Earth can get 3-0'd, but maybe not Cyril. So, yeah, I like that he's mixing in this rush on such a small map. Now, he goes right after that hatchery. Drone's getting pulled. Yep. There's not a baneling nest, so that's good for a Laser.
Okay, here come those drones now. Now he's trying to buy time. He wants to get as much more health. He doesn't want to lose any drones, so there's sort of this dance they're both having to do, a back and forth.
Ooh, loses a drone. A lot of damage on this hatchery right now.
Low.
Yeah, it is.
He needs to save this.
He's trying to micro as best he can. Finally, his Zergling's coming out as well. 3 drones have fallen.
Does he have enough, though? The Lings have chased him away, and the hatchery survives.
Okay. Losing 4 drones. His hatchery is up. That's a big deal. They're actually on equal worker counts. Way more Lings out for a Laser, so he can actually put a little bit of pressure on to Cyril as well. All right, this doesn't look bad for a Laser.
And, what Cyril did, it doesn't, it's a risk. You're trying to pull a fast one. It's a smart move. But maybe a Laser can seize control of this game and really come out on top. We have a Ling Scout that comes in here, just confirming what probably Cyril already suspected. Nothing too crazy so far. He didn't see all of the creep, but you take what you can get with those scouts. Cyril is now barricading his entrance with the Evo Chambers and the Queens, as he wants to lock himself out of a Laser's grasp and begin to most likely tech up. We'll see.
I like that he's walled in at this point, just playing it a little bit more safe. Knows that a Laser has a bit of an advantage. Thought he could get attacked, but cancels that Evolution Chamber as nothing comes.
Yeah. Now, obviously, when you see the Evo Chambers and the Queens at the entrance, locking out the other army. I mean, a laser has to be suspicious, but in this moment he says, well, why not just go ahead and expand here? Doesn't seem like you're going to be able to attack me.
Yeah, all right. Cyril, like, what do you think his plan is from right here? Like, are you going to stay aggressive, or do you want to try to get into a longer game?
You know, I just don't know, man. He's got such a unique, perfected approach to ZVZ. I mean, for now, it's obvious he's continuing to drone up. He's getting Link speed, but that's just an upgrade you get in this matchup.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really tell us anything. There's the Roach Warren.
Okay.
And he's on 2 bases. So when you have 2 players and one's on 2 bases, the other is going to 3, the 2-base player needs to do something.
Yes.
Because you know, the more bases you have in StarCraft, the better position you're in. And so it's going to be mass links. Now, he's getting armor behind this.
Yeah, right now what it looks like is that he's teching up to roaches, right? He's got a full wall. He's not showing lings. That's pulsating. Normally that's going to be +1 range attack.
Okay, so he actually hid the lings pretty effectively.
Yeah.
And now he's going to send them all the way across the map. There's tons and tons and tons of lings coming here. And so a laser makes his own barricade.
It seems likely right now. Yeah, he has to cancel that third base.
No third base now for a laser. He ditches that plan.
Yeah, not very likely that that's going to work. Okay, he's actually going to come up and start pummeling this wall right now. There are some lings outside for a laser. He's going to bring them in and try to draw the rest of the lings away. That'll buy him a bit of time.
Okay, so now we have both these guys getting squeezed here. Oh, actually, excuse me. Cyril's going to take a third here. And so we've kind of flipped positions. Now, obviously, Cyril didn't win the game with that attack, but he did allow his own third to start, where a laser is now marooned on 2 bases. And did he let those Wallens finish? Yeah, so he's going to have to actually destroy his own Wallen team and get back out again. Yeah, and I mean, I think that's all right. He's just been making roaches this whole time, so he's going to be able to try to pressure, I think, but can you get anything done? It feels pretty even overall. Yeah, I mean, this is... Well, maybe a laser can seesaw it back. Maybe he can come and try to hit this base over here. The problem is like, okay, so we see him trying to counterattack, but, you know, Cyril already has this wall set up. It's pretty airtight. I don't really see any holes that he can try to exploit here, you know, as far as Cyril's defense.
Yeah. The one big thing is that Roach Speed is going to finish way ahead for a laser.
This also might become a factor later on, but with a laser having to kill that Evo at his entrance, he's actually got a pretty big entrance that Lynx can counterattack into.
That's true.
And Cyril may see that and already begin to decide that it's time to strike.
Right now, he's been making a lot of roaches. His Roach Speed is about to finish. That's his one real advantage here. He's actually even going to be down 1 carapace upgrade. But if he moves out, you can actually kind of out-micro your opponent's roaches when you have speed and they don't. I would love to see a laser push across and see if he can get anything done.
Okay. Very unusual ZVZ here, you know, as far as how we got here. Again, this was Cyril, a Ling rush into the start, trying to get the hatchery. A laser barely saves the hatchery. Cyril, once again, walls himself in and then does this really great attack out here. Stopping the laser from being on third base. Now, Cyril has his third up earlier, but a laser finally has his own big attack to come up. Positioning in Roach vs. Roach is everything. And so you want to have this nice arc. And there's going to be a Ling counterattack, I think.
Yeah, it looks like he's running around looking for damage with that. I'm not sure if he's going to find
I think
any.
he wanted to try to catch reinforcing roaches.
Yeah.
But laser actually had a different waypoint set up. He's banked more roaches so that that can't happen. Again, these guys just... They're so good at maneuvering in ZVZ. It's really impressive to watch.
It's really been tit for tat here too, right? Like, Laser's not quite able to find any way in. Cyril's able to finish up his Roach Speed upgrade just now, so that advantage is gone. And really what remains is that +1 carapace that he is ahead. But, you know, pretty soon a Laser's going to have that as well.
All right. I guess we might just end up back in a macro game, sort of an unintended consequence on both sides of the, but it might not be able to go in any other direction. Now, a laser's supply is ramping up, and in a normal cast, I would say this is going to be a